Welcome back to another video. This is chapter 3 and 4 of my fanfiction. Sun and Chi-Chi got by life without Moony for a couple months now, but clearly the lack of Moony was taking a huge toll on Sun. He was getting more and more paranoid about the dark and nighttime. So after Chi-Chi's 5th birthday, she had enough experience to take over nap times. Alright, little ones. Time for nap time. You're not in charge of us, a voice said, crossing his arms. You're barely old enough to remember things clearly. Chi-Chi sighed. She didn't like doing this, but... Do you want me to get Moony? The boy yelped and shook his head, eyes wide. Good. Now, sleep time. Chi-Chi turned off the little night light near the nap time corner and grabbed a book. Hey, Chi-Chi, Willow whispered. Chi-Chi rubbed her eyes, a little tired herself. Want us to stay awake while you rest? She sat up. No, I've got it. Chi-Chi sighed. You look tired, Jorge observed gently. It's fine, it's just been a lot. Chi-Chi sighed. We'll stay awake, Jorge decided. Are you sure? Chi-Chi asked. Yeah, we can nap later. Willow came over to sit beside Chi-Chi. Jorge came to sit on the other side of her and gently reached out to hold her hand as it dangled from the chair. Okay, Chi-Chi sighed. Thank you. Chi-Chi closed her eyes and drifted off. The same dream came again. Moony chased Chi-Chi through the pizzaplex again and again. This dream occurred. Chi-Chi was getting tired of it, so this time she turned and confronted Moon. Why do you keep chasing me? Chi-Chi asked squeakily. Naughty children must be punished, Moon growled, rolling forward, body twisted in a horrific way, his head twitching. I'm not a naughty child. I've been helping Sun all this time. Chi-Chi stepped forward, almost face to face with Moondrop. Chi-Chi, Moon said, clearly struggling to get back into control. His eyes flickered from red to blue and back again. Moony, please, Chi-Chi begged. I know this isn't you. Chi-Chi. Moon reached out and put a hand on Chi-Chi's head. But listen, I don't have much time, he said, his eyes flickered to blue. Chi-Chi's eyes went wide. Moony, is that really you? I'm not myself right now. I don't let the lights turn off no matter what. I won't, Chi-Chi promised. Thank you, Moony said, ruffling Chi-Chi's hair. Goodbye, Starlight. Bye, Moony, Chi-Chi sighed. She could tell that she was waking up. Chi-Chi opened her eyes and stared around blearily, rubbing her eyes. The light shone as bright as ever, and as she sat up, the kids started waking up too. Have a good nap, Jorge said. Chi-Chi looked around and smiled, nodding. That's good. You sound like you were having a dream. Was it a nice dream? Chi-Chi's mind flashed back to Dream Moony and what he had said. I'm not myself right now. Don't let the lights turn off, no matter what. Yeah, you could say that. Chi-Chi stood up. Hello, little skylights. Time to go. Your parents are waiting for you outside. Have a fabulous day. The kids stood up and waved goodbye to the 3 daycare helpers. Bye, Willow said, standing up. Jorge stood and put an arm around Chi-Chi. I call today a success. Yep, Willow said proudly. Where's Sunny? Chi-Chi asked. Probably in the tower, Jorge said. We can help clean up if you want to check on him. Thank you. Chi-Chi hugged Jorge and Willow, then rushed up to the theater and entered the tower, looking around. She spotted Sun slumped over by the left wall. Sun! Chi-Chi rushed over and started shaking Sun. What? Sun mumbled, looking up. You were passed out, Chi-Chi said, looking worried. Oh, No, I was just charging. Sun pointed to the cord attached to his charging port in his head. Oh, thank the spirits. Gigi sighed and hugged Sun. Are you doing okay, Sunny? Yeah, I'm okay. Sun smiled, but his smile only reached his cheeks, not his eyes. Okay, Gigi said, suspicious. Now, it's been a long day. Let's get some sleep, Sun said. Gigi took her blanket over to Sun and laid down against him, resting her chin on his stomach. You gonna sleep with me today? Sun asked. Gigi nodded, closing her eyes. Okay. Sun sighed and put an arm around Gigi. Good night, Sun, Gigi mumbled. Night, Gigi. Sun sighed again and closed his eyes. The two slept peacefully, even with the lights still on. Suddenly there was a sound in the ball pit. Gigi sat up, and so did Sun. What was that? Gigi asked nervously. I don't know. I'll go check it out. Stay here, Sun said, walking over to the stage. Suddenly, Sun laughed. Ho, 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 and plunged into the ball pit. Sun, Gigi yelped. She ran to the stage edge and looked over the edge. She saw, wait a minute, that was a kid. Wait, no, that wasn't just any kid. That was Gregory. And suddenly Sunny jumped out of the ball pit and scooped Gregory up, who yelped and struggled in Sun's arms, looking frightened. Hello, new friend. You sure are up late. Are we having a slumber party? Where are all your friends? Get off of me, Gregory yelled. Oh, little friend, it's okay. I won't hurt you. Sun looked up to the stage and saw Chi-Chi. It's okay, Sunspot. It's just a kid. You can come down now. Okay. Chi-Chi ran through the theater and down to the daycare. Hey, Gregory. Chi-Chi, what are you doing here so late? Gregory asked as Sun put him down. I, kinda live here, Chi-Chi admitted. Oh, Gregory looked a little awkward. So I could ask you the same question, Chi-Chi said, hands on hip. I, got stuck here overnight, Gregory said, scratching his arm. Oh, Chi-Chi tilted her head. Are you hungry, little one? Sun asked, kneeling down to Gregory, eye level. Gregory, was it? A little, Gregory said, nodding. Let's get you a late-night snack, Sun smiled. The three went over to the daycare kitchen, and Sun made his two little friends some bowls of ice cream. This isn't really food, Sun, Chi-Chi said, looking dubiously at the ice cream. Good enough for me, Gregory said. I never get to have ice cream. Okay, Chi-Chi said. She took a bite of the ice cream. It was her favorite flavor, mint chocolate chip. Gregory took a huge bite of ice cream. Got it all over his face, but he kept eating. You got a little something on your face, Chi-Chi said, handing Gregory a napkin. Oh, thank you. Gregory wiped his face, continued to eat. Chi-Chi picked at her ice cream, taking small bites here and there. Not enjoying your ice cream? Sun asked. I just don't want ice cream right now. Chi-Chi sighed. She suddenly felt all scared and her belly clenched. She didn't know why, but her body was telling her to run. Thank you, Mr. Sun, Gregory said, finishing his ice cream and wiping his mouth on the napkin. Glad to be of service, Sun smiled. Now, how about some arts and crafts? Sun said, cleaning up the bowls of ice cream. No, thank you. I'm gonna go to bed, Chi-Chi said, faking a yawn. Oh, come on, Chi-Chi, Gregory said, nudging her with his elbow. No thanks. Chi-Chi walked back up to the tower, but secretly peeked over the edge of the stage, watching Sun and Gregory. She had a bad feeling about this kid. We can finger paint, tell stories, and drink fizzy buzz until our heads explode, Sun said eagerly. Okay. Gregory looked around the daycare toward the security desk. No, he was gonna get the security badge. While Sun had his back turned, collecting the paper and paints, Gregory made a dash for the desk. Sun heard his running and looked up. New friend, this area is off limits. You're gonna get us into trouble. Sun panicked, fidgeting nervously. Do you want a puppet show? I have glitter glue. Do you like glitter glue? Googly eyes? Chi-Chi knew this was her only chance. She ran down to the daycare and ran to the security desk and tackled Gregory down, but not before he snagged the security badge. No, 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 Chi-Chi cried as the light shut off. No, no, why would you do that? Lights on, Chi-Chi, run! Sun cried, clawing at his face frantically. Chi-Chi cowered as she heard gears spin and razor tracked, and a hat flew onto his head and eyes turned red. What's happening? Gregory yelled. You're about to meet Mr. Moon, Chi-Chi whimpered. What? Gregory yelped. Naughty boy, a voice purred. Mooney climbed on the security desk and danced around. It's past your bedtime. You must be punished. Nighty-night. Moon flew off on the wire. No, 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 no. Chi-Chi looked around for an escape. There. We have to run. Chi-Chi told Gregory and took his hand and ran toward the smaller jungle gym. I do not know what you did, but the lights are out in the daycare, a voice said from Gregory's wrists as they ran from the jungle into the jungle gym. It sounded like Glamrock Freddy. You need to find the emergency backup generators. They are in the play structures. Freddy says the generators are in the play structure. Gregory whispered. Bad children must be punished, Moon purred from outside the play structure. Okay, we have to find the generators, Chi-Chi said, looking determined. They crawled through the smaller play structure, getting utterly lost, but eventually Chi-Chi saw wire. So that's what these were for. There, Chi-Chi and Gregory said in unison, and crawled over to the generator and flipped the lever to be on. The light on it turned green. Now, I think 4 more? Chi-Chi wondered. Chi-Chi thought. Gregory nodded, determined. They crawled and turned on all the generators in that play place, then ran over and started looking for the generators in the other play place. Suddenly they heard cruel laughter. Naughty children, it's past your bedtime. Crap, he's in here with us, Gregory cursed. Oh no, Chi-Chi whimpered. Naughty children, Moondrop purred. Where are you? We have to find these quick, Gregory growled. Chi-Chi suddenly froze, listening. Naughty children, Moon snarled. Chi-Chi yelped and whirled around and screamed. Moondrop was right behind them. Chi-Chi, Moon purred. Come here, Starlight. No, you're not Moony, Chi-Chi stuttered out. Oh, but little Starlight, I won't hurt you, Moon laughed evilly. You're not Moon, Chi-Chi yelled, then suddenly saw something. Something was glinting on Mooney's circuit board. Naughty girl, you will be punished for not listening to me. Hold on, Moony, let me just... Chi-Chi crawled over to Moony. Chi-Chi, what are you doing? Gregory shouted. Just gotta get this. Chi-Chi reached out to the back of Mooney's head and unplugged a shiny round disc that was attached to his headboard. Naughty girl, Moon snarled and picked up Chi-Chi by her arm and squeezed tightly. Chi-Chi screamed in pain. Suddenly, Moon's eyes flickered blue to red, like before in Chi-Chi's dream, but suddenly they flashed blue and stayed blue. Chi-Chi started to cry from the pain as Moony was still holding her, but as she tried to pry her arm out of Moon's grasp, suddenly Moony gasped. Oh, stars! Moony placed Chi-Chi down on the playplace. Oh, stars, what have I done? Moony crouched down and grabbed his head in his hands. The stars, I'm so sorry, Moony gasped, looking up at the kids. It's okay, Moony, it wasn't you, Chi-Chi tried to reassure him. Moony stammered. How many have I hurt? Moon suddenly looked horrified. Moony, it's okay. You haven't hurt anyone. Just scared a couple kids, Chi-Chi said, touching Moon on the arm. Moony's eyes suddenly went wide and he scrambled away from Chi-Chi and Gregory. Get away from me. I'm dangerous. Moony, you're not dangerous. But I... Moon started to hyperventilate. Hey, Moony, it's okay, Chi-Chi said, putting her hands up to show she wasn't gonna touch him. Can you name 5 things you can see? No, it's dark. Oh, oh God, I'm gonna pass. Suddenly Moon's eyes rolled upwards and he fell forward. Moony! Chi-Chi yelled. She went over to Moony and saw his power was on and he was breathing, but he was out cold. Oh, Moony, Chi-Chi sighed. He's out cold, Chi-Chi said as over her shoulder to Gregory, sitting down in front of Moony to wait. Great, now we can leave, Gregory said, turning. Wait, first we have to get the generators back on so the doors work. Then wait for Moony to wake up, Chi-Chi said, sounding very grown-up. But he attacked us. We shouldn't have to wait for him. Gregory flailed his arms around in wild gestures. He's also my adopted brother, Gregory. So you can leave if you want, but I'm gonna stay right here until my brother wakes up. Chi-Chi sat down and refused to move. Gregory rolled his eyes, flopping down and moaning about waiting for a murderer and crossing his arms. Chi-Chi ignored it and gently jingled Moon's bell on his head, giggling softly. Her ADHD kind of took control, but she was willing to wait. Moon groaned. What happened? Ah, my head. Moon winced. Hey, easy, Moony. It's okay, Chi-Chi soothed. Chi-Chi, where Oh. Moony spotted Gregory and everything came flashing back to him. I'm so sorry, you two. It's okay, you weren't yourself. Chi-Chi patted Moony's hand. Gregory just grumbled. Moon sighed. Thank you for pulling that disc out of my head. It was really messing with my mind. Moon shook his head as if shaking off water from a stream and sat up. Of course, Moony. Chi-Chi smiled. Sure. Gregory grumbled. Oh, we should probably turn the generators back on, I think Sunny would probably want to be able to talk to you again, Chi-Chi said, smiling. Yeah, probably, Moony smiled. Chi-Chi hugged Moony, and Moony looked startled for a minute, then hugged Chi-Chi back. They flipped the generators to be on, and the lights flashed on. Chi-Chi blinked a couple times to get used to the brightness. Moon transformed into Sun. Sun blinked and looked around blearily, then spotted Chi-Chi and Gregory. Oh, thank goodness you two are okay. Sun scooped Chi-Chi and Gregory up and hugged them tightly. Let me go. Gregory squirmed in Sun's grasp. Gregory hopped down and crossed his arms. Chi-Chi hugged Sun back, then Sun suddenly gasped. Moony, he smiled. You're back. Sun gave himself a tight squeeze. I'm so glad. Sun swung Chi-Chi round happily, smiling. Chi-Chi giggled. Now I think it's time for a certain rule breaker to leave. Sun put his hands on his hips. Yeah, I'm going, Gregory grumbled. Come on, Chi-Chi. What? Chi-Chi looked to Gregory. Aren't you coming? Gregory looked at Chi-Chi, surprised. Well, I would, but I have my family here. Chi-Chi fidgeted nervously. Oh, Gregory looked a little sad. I guess I'm on my own then. Wait, I want to come and, Chi-Chi whimpered. She wanted to stay with Sun and Moon, but she also wanted to go with Gregory, especially since Gregory would be alone. How about this? Sun spoke up. You can go with Gregory if you let me come along as well. But no, Gregory growled. But Sun will protect us, Chi-Chi protested. I'm not having the animatronic that almost killed us come with us, Gregory snarled. Fine, then I won't go. Chi-Chi crossed her arms and stuck up her nose, turning her back on Gregory. Ugh, fine, he can come, Gregory groaned. Yay! Chi-Chi hugged Gregory. Thank you, you won't regret it. Well, what are we doing standing around here? Let's go. Sun followed the kids out of the daycare. Chapter 4. Prize Counter. Once they exited the daycare, they saw Glamrock Freddy waiting for them. Well done, superstar, Freddy said, then spotted Sun. Oh, hello, Sunrise. Hi, Freddy. Sun grinned. Been a while since we've seen you, isn't that right, Chi-Chi? Hi, Mr. Freddy, Chi-Chi greeted. Chi-Chi, how wonderful it is to see you, little superstar, Chi-Chi giggled. So, Freddy, I got the badge. Where do we go now? Gregory held up the security badge. Yes, while almost getting hurt, Sun scolded. Yeah, I'm fine, Gregory mumbled. I'm glad to hear that. I apologize, Sunrise, if you broke the rules. Glamrock Freddy bowed apologetically. Oh, it's fine. Moony taught him a lesson. Sun said proudly, and chuckled at something Moon said. Yeah, he sure scared the crap out of me, Gregory shuddered. I don't know how you can live with them, Chi-Chi. He turned to Chi-Chi. Sun gasped. Language! They're very nice and sweet when you get to know them, Chi-Chi reassured. Gregory hummed. Now where do we go? I'm helping Gregory to escape my friends. They have been tampered with. They keep trying to kill me, Gregory cried. Like Moon, Sun sighed and patted Gregory's head. There was a disc connected to Moony's head, Chi-Chi said. Disc or no disc, they're creepy. Gregory shook his head. I guess Monty's a little scary, but Roxy and Chica are very nice, Chi-Chi insisted. Not with that disc in them, Sun thought. I'll just have to try to avoid them, Freddy decided. Or try to fix them, Chi-Chi said, a thought popping into her mind. That might be dangerous. Sun knelt down to Chi-Chi. I'm small, I can do it. Chi-Chi put her hands on her hips determinedly. We'll try, Sun promised. Okay, now again, where do we go? Gregory said, a little impatient. Well, there are 2 exits, one in the loading dock under the food court in the atrium, and one in the 3rd floor prize counter. Let's try for the prize counter one. I don't like the undershaft of the pizzeria. It's dark, and I don't like the dark, Gregory whimpered. Me neither, Chi-Chi shivered. Sun hugged Chi-Chi. The prize counter tends to be pretty dark, too, at night, so Moony can come out and lead you kids there, Sun said, picking up Chi-Chi. Come on. Gregory climbed into Freddy's stomach hatch. They exited the daycare pickup to the airlock that led to the daycare. They exited the airlock and climbed into the elevator. Sun pressed the button as Gregory climbed out of Freddy. Hey, superstars, it's me, Freddy, a voice said in the elevator. Welcome to the Mega Pizzaplex. Grab a jumbo slice of pepperoni and top it off with an ice-cold Fizzy Faz. Then enjoy our super games and attractions. Don't forget to stop by Rockstar Row and meet me in person. Have a fun and have a Fazerific day. That is not me. It was a recording. I want to make sure you are not confused. Glamrock Freddy rubbed his arm, looking uncomfortable. Thank you for ensuring we're not confused, Freddy. Chi-Chi grinned. Moon and Gregory rolled their eyes at Freddy. The elevator stopped at the atrium. Then they stepped through the doors. When they stepped through the doors, immediately got jumped by a map bot. Hi, please take this map, the map bot said, holding a map to Chi-Chi. Thank you, map bot. Chi-Chi smiled and grabbed the map. Creepy, Gregory muttered as he updated his Faz watch with the map. They walked down and saw the atrium. Wow, I didn't know this place was so big. Gregory stared in awe. Yep, the Pizzaplex is quite massive, which is why it's easy to get lost, Sun warned. Stay close to us at all times. I know, Gregory grumbled. Yeah, yes, Sun. Chi-Chi smiled and received a hair ruffling by Sun. Atta kid, Sun smiled. Kiss up, Gregory grumbled. Sun let Chi-Chi down and Chi-Chi walked up to the railing looking around the atrium. To the right was Mazercise and El Chips on the top, and Gator Gulf and Kids Cove under that. On the left was Fazer Blast and Roxy Raceway. Behind them was the Fazcade. They walked up the escalator because they were turned off for the night, and made their way to the prize counter entrance. It was blocked off. Sun looked around. It looks like the entrance to El Chips is open, Freddy pointed out. They headed over there. The automatic door flapped open, but only barely. I'm not gonna fit in there. Sorry, kids, Freddy said, looking at the small gap. Don't worry, I can go with them, Sun said, slipping through the tiny gap between the flap and the door. Come on, kids. Okay. Chi-Chi crawled underneath the gap and Gregory followed, saying nothing. Be safe, you two, and stay close to Sun. Freddie said, waving. We will, Chi-Chi assured Freddie. Good luck. They looked around. It was a Mexican-style restaurant with a beaver as the mascot. Chi-Chi liked the food. They had yummy tacos and quesadillas. As long as they weren't too spicy, Chi-Chi loved them. They also had some yummy enchiladas that were sometimes spicy. They're here, Sun said, pointing to the flap-up that led to the little hallway/eating area between El Chips and the arcade. This is a great spot to grab a bite to eat and play some games, Chi-Chi pointed out. Good to know when we're not being chased by killer animatronics, Gregory smiled. They're not killers. Chi-Chi looked down at her shoes and scuffed them on the ground. Gregory sounded unconvinced. They entered the flap door thingy that was the entrance to the arcade from this side, and Chi-Chi stood still. They entered the flap door thing, and that was the entrance to the arcade from this side, and Chi-Chi stood still, eyes wide. It was dark, very dark. Suddenly, Sun stepped into the darkness, and Chi-Chi heard gears spin and looked to her right and saw Moon. Ready to get through this? Moon asked, holding out his arms for Chi-Chi. Yeah, let's go, Gregory said, fidgeting in place. Chi-Chi climbed into Mooney's arms and they started off. Well done, kids and Sun/Moon. You were in the East Arcade. You should be able to get to the prize counter from the security office, Freddie explained. Look for the door with the security badge symbol on it. Got it. Thanks, Freddie, Gregory said, nodding. Thank you, Freddie, Chi-Chi squealed and hugged onto Mooney. Shh, we don't know what's in there, Gregory hushed. Sorry, Chi-Chi whispered. We just have to dodge the security bots. We'll be fine, Moon assured. They started walking and avoided the security bots. Hey, kid, come on out. We're only trying to help, a familiar voice said. Roxy? Asked Chi-Chi. Shh, we can't let her find us. Gregory looked around nervously. They walked forward more cautiously, looking out for Roxanne. They could hear her, but her voice did tend to carry. They made their way to the door Freddie had mentioned, and Moon jiggled the door handle. It's locked, Mooney said, thinking. Freddie, it's not opening, Gregory hissed to his watch. How unfortunate. Head past the Superstar Arcade wall to the back of the arcade. There is a roll-up door at the very back that leads to the prize counter, Freddie said gently. Let's hope the wolf isn't there, Gregory sighed. Come on, kid. It'll be fine, Moon assured and put a hand on Gregory's back. Gregory flinched away and continued on. Moon sighed and followed. Suddenly there was running paw steps. They looked back, panic filling their eyes as they saw Roxanne racing toward them. They bolted and made a loop. Then Moon spotted some strollers and put Chi-Chi into one, while Gregory quickly climbed into another. Moon, Roxy said, her paw steps slowing down. I thought I saw a runaway kid over here. Oh, no runaway kid. Moon waved the suggestion off like a fly. I did see a kid. Where's that little wolf pup? I wanted to say hi. Roxanne grinned. It didn't seem evil. Oh, Mooney tried to think. Chi-Chi wondered if Roxanne would hurt her if she just peeked out, so she decided it was worth trying. Plus, Roxy was so nice. She loved hanging out with the racer wolf. Hi, Roxy. Chi-Chi lifted up the flap to the stroller. Moon spun around, blue eyes wide, eyes horrified. Chi-Chi, no, Moon hissed. Oh, there's the little wolf pup. Roxy walked over and scooped Chi-Chi up and spun her around. Haven't seen you in a while, kid. How you been? Good, Chi-Chi giggled. Besides Roxanne, Moon sighed with relief. What are you doing hiding in that stroller? You're too big for baby strollers. Aren't you a big kid? Roxanne nuzzled Chi-Chi with her muzzle. Yeah, I was, playing hide and seek, and I got a little excited when I heard your voice, Chi-Chi said, giggling and putting her tiny hands on Roxanne's muzzle. Aw, of course you did. Who could resist their favorite face? And that's me, of course, Roxanne said, grinning an animatronic wolfy grin. Chi-Chi reached into the back of Roxanne's head and pulled out the disc. As easy as that. If they were all gonna be this easy, this was gonna be a breeze. Anyway, nice talking to you. I have to... Roxanne stopped. then blinked a couple times. What was I doing? You were reading my friend. Chi-Chi giggled and held up the disc, then pulled open Gregory's stroller too. Chi-Chi! Gregory growled and looked up at Roxanne in fear. Hello. Oh, hello, little wolf pup. What's your name? Roxanne wagged her tail. I'm Gregory, Gregory said, still looking uncertain. Nice to meet you, Gregory. Now you kids should be getting some sleep. It's pretty late. Roxanne waved goodbye and left to keep patrolling. Well, that was easy. Chi-Chi grinned. Never do that again. Gregory and Moon both growled. What? She didn't hurt us, Chi-Chi said, crossing her arms in a pout. Never again, Moon sighed, patted Chi-Chi on the head. God, I thought she was going to eat me. Gregory's brown eyes were wide, and he was slightly shaking. Problem solved, Chi-Chi said cheerfully. Let's go cure the others. And off she went. Moon and Gregory glanced at each other, then started after her. That kid is going to get herself killed. Or worse, Gregory muttered. She's got the spirit, that's for sure. Moon laughed nervously. They arrived at the flap door and tried to open it. Stuck. Great, Gregory hummed, crossing his arms with a growl. Hey look, a vent, Chi-Chi pointed out and went to enter it. Wait, I can't fit through there, Moony worried. Don't worry, Moony, we'll be fine. Okay, I'll try to find another way in. You kids stay safe. All right, Chi-Chi said, climbing in. Hey, Gregory, come here for a minute. Just hold on, Starlight. Gregory walked over and Chi-Chi could hear Moon whispering something to Gregory about keeping her safe or something. She didn't know. She sighed impatiently, tapping the vent with her finger, making a little clang-clang sound. All right, I'll go first, Gregory said, gesturing for Chi-Chi to get out of the vent. Why does it matter? Chi-Chi grumbled. She was starting to feel clammy, and she started to scratch her palm. Chi-Chi got out and Gregory climbed in, then Chi-Chi climbed back in. Stay quiet, Gregory warned. Fine, Chi-Chi grumbled. They climbed through the vent. They were barely made it a few inches into the vent when Chi-Chi heard a loud clang and turned around. Aw, it's a... Chi-Chi cooed. Monster, run! Gregory grabbed Chi-Chi's hand and ran through the vent. Gregory, it's okay. It's just a... Chi-Chi started. Shut up and run, Gregory growled. Chi-Chi shut her mouth. He clearly wasn't going to listen, so she wouldn't waste her words as they crawled very fast out of the vent and into a pile of boxes. Bye-bye, baby music man, Chi-Chi whispered as the tiny creature disappeared back into the vent. Where are we now? Gregory asked. A security office, Chi-Chi said. A security badge should be inside. Sweet, an upgrade. Gregory ran into the office. Wait, Gregory, Chi-Chi said, running after him into the office. When you grab a badge, it tends to... Too late. Gregory snatched up the badge. Emergency lockdown activated. This area is off limits to guests, a voice said over the intercom as a siren blared. Do that. Chi-Chi whimpered and covered her ears. No, no, no. Gregory, Freddy, I don't know what happened. All I did was take the badge. Do not panic. That office is now on lockdown. I can deactivate the alarm, but it will take some time, Freddy said reassuringly. Don't panic, Sunspots. I'll be there as soon as I can, Sun said through the Maz watch. Good. I don't like the look or sound of lockdown. It's so loud, Chi-Chi whimpered again. Hang in there, kids, Sun assured. I know you're here. A thick southern voice growled. What do we do now? Gregory whimpered and slid to the floor, grabbing his head and started to scratch his arm. Okay, don't panic. Do we get the disc off? Don't even think about it. Right, okay, we use the doors, Chi-Chi said, trying not to panic. Kids, a voice hissed. Sun, Chi-Chi cheered. No, it's me. Roxanne entered one of the doors. It's okay, it's only me. Roxy saw the terrified look on Gregory's face. He almost looked to the point of crying. Oh, Roxy! Chi-Chi ran to Roxy and hugged her. Okay. It's only been a few minutes since we last saw each other, pup. Roxanne smiled and patted Chi-Chi's head with her huge paw. I know, but I get excited every time I see you. Chi-Chi grinned and hugged Roxy harder. Even though Roxy was made mostly of metal, she was surprisingly a good hugger. Let's get you kids out of danger, then we can hug, Roxanne said. I will find you, Monty growled. You kids stay here, where he can't see you. I'll work the doors. Roxanne patted the floor next to a filing cabinet. But I want to help, Chi-Chi said. You can help by staying safe, Roxy said, smiling. Okay. Chi-Chi sat beside a very stressed out Gregory. He was still scratching his arm and slightly rocking. It was leaving red scratches on his arm. Chi-Chi lifted Gregory's hand and reached into her pocket and brought out a sun and moon-themed stress ball. Use this, Chi-Chi said, handing it to him. Oh, thank you. Where did you get this? Gregory asked, squeezing the stress ball. Sun got it for me after I started having panic attacks from the dark. Oh, Gregory sighed. Thank you. No problem. Chi-Chi grinned and scratched her palm. Here, we can share it if you want. Gregory held out the stress ball. Chi-Chi poked it and smiled. The two kids played silently as Roxy worked the doors. All done. See, that was not so bad. If the path looks clear, head to the prize counter, Freddie said through the Fazwatch. Suddenly there was a knocking at one of the doors. They turned, startled, and saw it was Sun. Sunny! Chi-Chi pressed the button to open the door and tackled Sunny. Oh, careful, Sunspot. Sun laughed and picked up Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi hugged on tightly to Sun. Hey, Sunrise. Roxy clapped a paw on Sun's shoulder. How you been? Sun's rays turned pink. Good, Miss Wolf. That's great. That's good to hear, Roxy grinned. Sun gave her a wobbly grin back. Then he shook his head and his rays retracted slightly. We need to get back to Freddie, Gregory said, standing up. Right, come on, pups. Roxanne held her arms out for Gregory to jump in. Come on! Gregory started to run toward the door. Gregory, wait! Roxanne yelled, chasing after him. Gregory reached the door and was about to open it when Roxanne suddenly grabbed him from behind and lifted him up. He was surprisingly light for a kid his age. Let me go! Let me go! Gregory yelled, struggling. Hey, kid, it's okay, but Monty might be on the other side of that door. Let me check. Roxanne let Gregory down and he walked over to Sun. Roxanne opened the door and peeked inside. Hi, Monty. It's all clear here. Yep, I've got it, tough guy. You go back to patrolling the atrium. Roxanne turned and gestured for them to follow. Out of fear, Gregory grabbed Sun's hand and hid behind him. You're okay, Sunbeam, Sun soothed. Gregory took a deep breath and walked over to Roxanne. Roxanne offered the piggyback ride again, but Gregory shook his head and walked out of the door. Sun, holding Chi-Chi, followed. Then Roxanne took the lead. They walked out into the prize counter and Chi-Chi giggled and hopped down from Sun's arms. Sunspot, come on. We have no time to look at plushies. Sun smiled and scooped Chi-Chi up. They don't have you and Mooney anyway, Chi-Chi said sadly. What about a Roxanne plush, kid? Roxanne said. Ooh. Chi-Chi made grabby hands for the Roxanne plush. We can look at plushies later, all right? Sun said gently. Aw, okay. Chi-Chi drooped a little and hugged on to Sun. They walked into a hallway that led to a lookout above the main lobby. The exit is just this way, Sun said cheerfully and turned a corner. They saw the exit door, and all of them drooped. It was blocked off. I found the exit. You found the fire escape, Gregory said. Unfortunately, I do not think there is a way of getting to it without becoming a VIP. It is not a very good emergency system. You are lucky there is not a fire. I have lodged a formal complaint. Freddie, the doors are all locked, Gregory said in a panicked voice. I can't get out of here. Gregory whimpered. Get to the elevator. Find a safe path on the Fazwatch. Gregory couldn't hear Freddie. His heart thrummed in his ears. He wasn't going to last another second at this rate. He crumpled to the ground and started hyperventilating. Gregory, Sun said beside him, rubbing his back. Breathe. Hey, it's okay. Deep breath. Gregory took a shaky breath. Good. Again? Another shaky breath. Good. Gregory closed his eyes and just focused on his breathing. Good, Sunbeam. Sun patted his back. Chi-Chi stood beside him. Do you need a hug? She asked. A hug would be nice, Gregory whimpered. Chi-Chi gently hugged Gregory and his breathing went back to normal. It's not the end of the world, kid. We'll find another way. Roxanne knelt beside Gregory and patted him on the head. Thank you. Gregory wiped away the tears that were starting to gather in his eyes. I have panic attacks all the time, and I know how you feel, Chi-Chi said, grabbing Gregory's hand. We can do this. Yeah, you're right. We can do this. Gregory nodded. Ready to go, kid? Or do you need a minute? Roxy asked gently. I think I'm good. Gregory stood up. All right, if you're sure, we can go. Sun and Roxy led the kids back out of the prize counter into the elevator. See, kids, we're fine. Roxy ruffled Gregory. See, kid, we're fine. Roxy ruffled Gregory's hair. Gregory smiled and tried to smooth it down. Sun pressed the button. Suddenly a map bot appeared and tried to pry open the door. Free map. Free map. Move! A person pushed the map bot out of the way. Gotcha! She grabbed Gregory's arm and pulled him out of the elevator. No! Roxanne lunged for Gregory, but he was pulled just out of reach. Gregory! All three of them screamed. The doors closed and they watched helplessly as Gregory was picked up by the security guard, kicking and screaming and dragged away. Gregory! Chi-Chi screamed. Roxanne pounded on the door, snarling, Give him back! Sunbeam, hold on, we'll get you back. Sun yelled, holding his head against the glass. We have to get out of here, Chi-Chi whimpered. The elevator was quite small, and with all three of them, there wasn't much room. Chi-Chi started to breathe heavily. It was so warm and claustrophobic. Roxanne slammed the door with her huge paws. Dang it, she cursed. Okay, I'll say the actual curse. Damn it, she cursed. How do we get out? Sun asked, panicked. We'll have to go down and go and around, Roxy said, pressing the button to go down. Oh, okay. Sun finally looked down, finally noticing Chi-Chi. Oh, hey, kid. Sun held her tight to his chest as she cried. Hey, we'll get him back. Too close, Chi-Chi cried. Oh, stars, Sun said, patting Chi-Chi gently. She's having a panic attack. Okay. Roxanne thought as the elevator slowly descended. Roxy knelt in front of Chi-Chi as Sun set her down. She curled in on herself, scratching furiously at her palm. Hey, pup, Roxy said gently. Chi-Chi looked up, panic in her eyes. Hey, come here. Roxy gently held out a hand and Chi-Chi looked at it. It's okay, I won't bite. Chi-Chi took a few wobbly steps and clapped into Roxanne's arms, who picked her up and rubbed her back. Shh, Roxy soothed. It's all right, kid. We'll be out of here before you know it.